So we're coming back to Surugi versus Maru, and we're getting an explanation as to what's going on with Rika because we saw her manifest from the ring at the end of the previous chapter. So the ring is a cursed tool, of course, because I guess it essentially became one as soon as Rika died, back in Jujutsu Kaisen 0, and her vengeful spirit inhabited it. And it says that it still contains immense cursed energy as well as the will of Rika, who remains subordinate to him. Also, a little bit later, Maru says this amount of cursed energy isn't something that can be contained within a single person. Someone with unfathomable power must have poured cursed energy into the ring over the course of years or decades. So yeah, that's what's going on with it. Akotsu was pouring his cursed energy into the ring over decades, I guess, as a way of protecting his grandchildren even after he, passed away. And it somehow still has Rika's will in it. We don't really have to go into semantics about this stuff, because I know most of you just don't care. It's just cool. Rika's here. She's manifested through the ring, and she becomes this cursed tool helmet thing for Surugi, who has heavenly restriction, meaning that he has zero cursed energy, just like Maki and Toji. Now that he has this helmet, he has cursed energy, but seemingly all of Akotsu's cursed energy? Well, I don't know if it's all of it, but it's a lot of it, which means that he is one of the strongest characters ever at this point, right? It doesn't really seem that way because seemingly he would just kill Maru at this point, unless Maru is much stronger than we thought. But you'd think that a heavenly restriction person with Akotsu's cursed energy would be able to just destroy nearly any sorcerer that isn't calamity level. Calamity level, I guess, is the new term that we're going to be using for Gojo, Sukuna level guys. But that's not necessarily what's happening here. I mean, Surugi is taking it to Maru. He is beating him, but he's not destroying him the way that I thought that he would. And he's not really doing anything new. He's kind of just doing what he was doing before, although he's just a little more feral about it, I guess, because Rika is also with him. Like we talked about before, Rika has much more of a personality now than she did at the end of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is more like her vengeful cursed spirit form, which I guess has something to do with how she's still around after this point, because that was Akotsu's cursed technique more than anything. And I don't think this is Akotsu's cursed technique. It's just his cursed energy, which somehow has a vestige of Rika in it. But the strength here is emphasized through Maru saying that they're just brute forcing through his cursed technique, which I guess is manipulating gravity. After Surugi blasts Maru into the water, Surugi's I'm sorry, Maru, but I'm gonna win no matter what it takes. Meaning that hey, if I have to use this ring to get a crazy power up that I wouldn't have otherwise, I gotta do what I gotta do. If I gotta be a Nepo baby about it, I gotta be a Nepo baby. I mean, it is shonen battle manga after all. Nepotism is a huge part of that. Maru's no hard feelings. You don't have to apologize because I feel the same way. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to win as well. And as he's stepping on the ground, the saplings and the weeds in the ground or whatever start growing super fast, and he manifests this pseudo forest behind him or whatever. Now this goes more into what his curse technique is, which we still don't fully know yet. I mean, we've saw before that he can alter the elements to some extent. He could make water hot, or he could change it to ice, along with manipulating gravity. So I guess whatever principles are going into that are applying to vegetation as well. Now, I don't know how this is going to help him overcome Surugi/Rika, but I guess it is to some extent. But that's where we're ending the fight for now, because we're coming back to Dabura versus Mahoraga. Hey, also guys, can we try to get 3,000 likes on this video? Just hit the like button right there on your phone. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. And at this point, Mahoraga has fully adapted to Dabura's light attacks. The wheel is no longer spinning, and when Dabura uses the light attacks on him, he just brute forces through them. He even gets up in his face and tries to blast him that way, but it just does nothing. Then he just slashes Dabura across the face, and Dabura starts panicking. He finally realizes what's truly going on here, and it's oh crap, he's fully adapted to my light attacks, and there's pretty much nothing else I could do at this point. Then he starts getting smacked around some more. So much to the point of he gets sent into a flashback, where he's remembering his time as, I guess, a teenager with Dora. And we're finding out from this flashback that Dabura was always kind of an outcast from the rest of the Deskunte, and I guess that's why he was friends with Dora in the first place, because normally the Deskunte aren't really cool with the Rumelians. So it was odd that Dabura was like so cool with Dora, who was like the Rumelian mascot. And it's because he was just such a freak. He was so powerful that he could beat anyone without even really trying. But on top of that, he didn't want to fight in the first place. Like, he never even had a worthy opponent. And I guess that kind of isolated him because the Deskunte were more of like a warrior type of race. And as we come back to the present, Dabura, who just got knocked into a building, is like scared and panicking as he's remembering this flashback with Dora. And the flashback fully ends with Dabura saying, like, you know, I'm a warrior and I'm strong, but I don't want to fight. And Dora's like, nah, you got it all wrong. It's not that you don't want to fight. It's just that you've never been in a real one before. So you've never really become a warrior because of that. However, one day somebody's going to come along that's so strong that you think you're going to lose, and then you'll understand. And as that's happening, he is getting beaten down by Mahoraga here. So yeah, we're finally understanding Bora's character here. And it's that, yes, he does look menacing and he does aura farm. I mean, he is a Gege character after all, but he was just born a freak. Like, he's just the strongest. He didn't really ask to be. I doubt he really trained that much. At least it seems like he didn't. He's just inherently the strongest. He's kind of like the Gojo of the Sumerians, I guess. Except Gojo did train and did want to fight and wanted to be the strongest, as to where with Dabura, he didn't really care about being the strongest, he just couldn't help but be it. And because of the culture that he was brought up in, he couldn't escape it either. So he kind of became like this introverted outcast in a way. But he couldn't be exiled because the Deskunte needed it. Also, he has like this sister that we barely know about or have any information on, but because of her, he couldn't just run away or live his own life the way that he wanted to. She was the thing that was keeping him in check, because, you know, the binding vow that the Deskunte chief put on her or whatever. So Dabura essentially had to follow orders because of that. But as Mahoraga continues to beat down Dabura here, he remembers those words that Dora told him and sees that, oh, it's finally coming to fruition. But now, instantly, as I am getting beaten down close to death, I suppose, I am coming to the realization that you were talking about. And it's not about whether I want to fight or whether I don't want to fight. It comes down to me having to fight. I have to fight to save the Rumelians here, to protect the Rumelians. And it's like, partly that is true, but at the same time, it's not like the Rumelians are facing extinction or anything. Like, the humans are very willing to work with the Rumelians here. They've been trying to compromise and been trying to make some kind of cohesiveness happen. It's the Rumelians who are causing the problems with the humans. You started this whole duel and everything. I understand where this is going, but at the same time, it's like unnecessary. All of it. But now Dabura is getting his second win. And he just grabs Mahoraga's fist that has like his blade of extermination on it, and he breaks it barehanded. This is pretty impressive, of course, but also I think it's been broken before, or at least it can be broken, and it's not like it's gone forever. I'm pretty sure he can just regenerate it because Mahoraga just regenerates everything else, so why wouldn't he be able to regenerate the Blade of Extermination? Also, the Blade of Extermination is more so a tool to be used against cursed spirits because it's enveloped in positive cursed energy, which is like an instant kill to them essentially. So it is a cool feat here, and it is more aura farming, but I don't really know how substantial this is. And also, we talked about this during the spoilers, but this is essentially Dabura getting the power of friendship here, which is, I think, great. And normally I wouldn't be on board with this, but because Dabura is an antagonist, I think that's a great way to make an antagonist overpowered. Give them something that a protagonist would have, such as the power of friendship, because nothing beats that. Not even Mahoraga can adapt to that. So then Dabura essentially says, like, hey, sorry, Mahoraga, I'm gonna try for real now. And it says about Dabura's curse techniques, blank and light, that his physical body couldn't withstand the acceleration of light, so he's never able to move the speed of light himself. And while we're getting that narration, Dabura says that, well, there's only one thing left to do, beat him with my bare hands, and I'll push my body in strength and speed to their absolute limits. And it's like, okay, yeah, you can do that for sure, but can you, like, vaporize Mahoraga with like a strike or something, or I don't know, somehow utilize the light into being something that he hasn't adapted to yet and then vaporize him, because that's the only way you can beat him. Unless you can like just beat him down until he just dies and then he doesn't regenerate anymore. And I guess that's possible too, maybe. I mean, we don't fully understand how Mahoraga works. Like, in theory, if the Sumerians' curse techniques work the same way that they do on Earth, then I guess Dabura has a few options here. He could use curse technique reversal the way that like Gojo does, as to where he can like put positive cursed energy into his light ability and then alter it, which means that maybe Mahoraga wouldn't be adapted to that aspect of it. Or he could do like the ultimate thing that Gojo does, you know, combining positive and regular cursed energy. You know how he makes purple. He could do something like that with his light, maybe, because that's how Gojo defeated Mahoraga. Or he could just use his maximum technique, which I think Gege forgot was a thing, maybe, which could be anything. Maybe just one big ultimate, you know, hyper laser cannon thing that maybe Mahoraga can't overcome or didn't have the time to, or something like that. Maybe we'll see, I guess, but probably not. But then the last narration here says that beyond the limits of mankind, Dabura Karaba rips across the battlefield at sublight speed. So that's cool. And yeah, the power scalers are gonna, you know, have a field day with this, but they're a very small portion of this fandom. It doesn't really matter. We're just having fun with this, or as we should. But yeah, he's gonna be moving really fast, which I guess is way faster than Mahoraga. And maybe that's enough to beat him, just moving at sublight speed. But yeah, that's where the chapter ends. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.